5:30 PM. This is the Board of Health for the Town of Bourne meeting for September 25th, 2024. There'll be folks joining us via Zoom, including Health Agent Katie Shea. Zoom chat will not be monitored. Participants who wish to speak must raise their hand icon until the chair asks them to unmute. Note this meeting is being televised and recorded by Bourne Community TV for replay. If anyone in the audience is also recording or videotaping, they need to acknowledge such at this time. All items within the meeting agenda are subject to deliberation and votes by the Board of Health. If anyone from the public wishes to access the meeting remotely, they can do so by clicking the Zoom link or by calling the following conference line on their phone and using the Zoom meeting ID and password below. The dial-in number is +1 309 205 3325. Zoom meeting ID is 315-403-5336. Password is 02532. So calling the meeting to order. Take attendance. Miguel Prieto.
Here.
Margaret.
Here.
Dusty.
Here.
Barbara.
Here.
Bob Collette. Here. Okay. So next on the agenda is the Brookside Golf Club, requesting relief from Section 8 of the Bourne Board of Health Regulation restricting the sale of tobacco products, the maximum number of tobacco product sales permits. And in the interest of full disclosure, I am the director of the Cape Cod Regional Tobacco Control Program at Barnstable County Department of Health and Environment. I can legally participate in the discussion, but I cannot vote on this matter. So would someone from the club, if you're here, a representative from the club, please come to the podium.
Recording in progress.
Introduce yourself and state your case, sir.
Hello, I'm Chris Gagnon. I'm the golf professional at Brookside. I guess we had a cigar license for the last 25 years. And during COVID, I guess some correspondence issues or miscommunication issues, and we didn't renew it at one point, I think 2021 or 22. We did renew our state one, because I guess we got their correspondence and stuff and saw it and paid it, but we just never saw the town one for some reason.
Okay. Kate, could I ask you, do we notify retailers every year of the need to renew their local permits?
So yes, we do. This year where this discrepancy occurred was the first year that the health department had signed on for online permitting. So I don't have record of the staff's log of how they contacted people during that time. So I'm not sure when and how frequently it was alerted to everyone or how that was brought on. But we typically send out, before we had online permitting, it was sent out via the mail to the mailing address on file with that record at least 1 month prior to the expiration date.
Right.
Typically in November, those go out. Now with the online permitting, which they would not have gotten those notices for these current renewals because they don't have an online account. But my only assumption is that the health department at some point reached out to all their permitted establishments that we were transitioning to online permitting.
Okay, thank you. Anybody from the board with any questions?
Just one statement. He's current every year with his state tax and everything, so it isn't like he's avoiding it or anything else. I'd say we okay it.
I have comments though before. I have comments before we do a blank okay.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah, yes, okay. Barbara?
All right, so I'm sorry, Chris,
Yeah.
what is your position there?
The golf professional.
So do you have anything to do with the finances of the organization?
No.
Okay, so I see another gentleman here. I'm not sure who he is, but I'm assuming that's your employer?
Right.
Is that Richard McCarthy or Michael McCarthy?
No, that's Joe Dealey.
Okay, so, yeah, you know, I see that you applied through 2020. You
Right.
paid Bourne in 2020.
Right.
You've been in business since, I don't know, 2006?
Yeah,
through-
before that, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like these guys were, you know, the company was organized in July of 1996.
Right.
You've had the same president, CFO, CEO, treasurers, directors, all that. Great that you've been paying the state, and I agree with Dusty that, you know, good you've been paying the state, but the onus is on you as the business to pay your permit. You know, the staff probably did send something to the Brookside, because everybody knows everybody knows the Brookside.
Right, yeah. I do take the mail.
Yeah, so you should have
Never- I don't
known,
know, I
or
never
somebody
saw it.
should have known. You
Right.
know, we get a letter that says, you know, totally unaware of the need to file for the license, which is a little disturbing.
Yeah.
You know, so you knew you needed a license, and if you weren't sure, you should have checked. You know, I'm assuming you've been selling tobacco?
Until they see sales, yeah.
Okay.
This
and
is the
then-
first year since COVID that someone actually came by. They're really consistent with that every year. Then with COVID, you know, everything changed, and then all of a sudden an intern showed up this year. And I was like, oh, what? He's like, oh, well, let me check with my manager, and that's pretty much what happened there, as far as us noticing it.
Right, and then, you know, just like every place, you know, people are, you know, there's a lot of places that they have to go, and they're, you know,
Right.
do the best we can.
Barbara, if I may, right there, so we wouldn't have inspected that facility if it was not permitted with us.
Okay.
That wouldn't be our list of things we would have done.
Okay, perfect.
Our summer intern happened in there when he was there for a food inspection at the bog,
Oh, that's
and
right.
just was checking, because he'd never been there before, to go in and make sure there was no retail sales in that part of the building.
Oh, so good for him for taking the initiative and doing that on his own, so, anyway, so I have a couple questions. So have you guys added yourself to the waiting list to get a permit, a
Yes,
license?
we've gotten an email from Stacy. I spoke to Stacy on Monday.
Okay,
We did the application, we paid the $150, they told us to pay the $150, which is the application fee.
for 2024?
Yeah,
Okay, so you applied for your permit.
yes.
And then how do you determine, like, are you selling cigars and these things on the golf course?
No, we just sell them in the golf shop, it's minimal, it's, you know, 200 to 300 cigars a year, it's just a little box.
And then,
Um,
okay, so do you card these people, or are they members, or like, how do you know how old they are?
Yeah, we check on IDs, just like
Okay.
any other place would.
And then, I guess the other thing I have a question on is, just to be aware, because now, you know, obviously, it seems like things have fallen through the cracks may have fallen through the cracks through COVID.
Right.
You might want to check, like you have a restaurant, Katie said, and
Right.
some other things. You might just want to check and make sure all your permits are up to date for anything else you might have with the town, just as a, you know, just as
Yeah, yeah.
a nice suggestion.
Yeah, yeah,
So you
absolutely.
don't, so that you don't come before any other board
Right, right.
besides us. So, I'm glad to see that they paid for 24.
Yeah.
I think they've been selling cigars for they paid through 2020. They've been selling cigars clearly 21, 22, and 23. Does anybody know how much the fines would be for those years? Is it a day fine or an annual, or?
It's per violation, I believe.
So it would be a combination of both our old regulations and the new ones, so the fine structure would change between those.
Right.
Typically, they are daily fines, or the Board of Health may change that ruling as well.
So I guess with that being said, I'd probably say that, you know, maybe just have them pay the fines for 21, 22, not the fines, the permit fees, because you were selling it. Do you admit that you were selling
Yeah.
cigars in 21, 22,
Yeah,
and 23?
absolutely, yeah.
So technically, you should pay the permit fee. If everybody else is okay, like, I probably wouldn't assess the fines and give you the, you know, it's this one-time,
Yeah.
like, courtesy, you know, waiver of the fines, but I think they should pay the fines, though, for the 3 years that they did.
Not define the
The
fee.
permits, I apologize, I
Yeah,
keep saying
the
fines,
permit,
but pay the permit fees. But like I said, you guys have been in business a long time. I don't think this is the only business these gentlemen have, so,
Right.
you know, I would just say, be more conscious of everything you're doing with the town,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
you know, so.
Right, and the other factor here is whether or not, we have a cap on the number of permits that are issued by the Board of Health every year.
Right.
And this might be a lucky day, because we were at 100%
Yeah.
capacity on those, and I think one of them just became available, but perhaps Stacy and Katie could expand on that a little bit?
Yes, so one of our businesses in town, ended up selling his business back to the corporate offices. He did not indicate he was transferring that permit to the new buyers. And Brookside's waitlist request came in before their permit request came in. So the board could vote to issue a permit tonight.
Okay, and all of the paperwork is in proper order?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Any other comments or questions from other board members? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
So, I'll make a motion to, approve a permit for the Brookside Golf Club pending payment of their 21, 22, and 23 permit fees, at whatever that annual fee was. And I'd probably expect somebody from your office to go there tomorrow and take care of that, or pay online.
Okay.
And let's just hope we never see you again.
Sure.
For something like this.
I have a quick question. So if we go pay it, is there, or online,
You
is
might
there an
have to pay
option for
online.
that, or?
I don't know, you might have to write a check and fill out the permit, do paper manually, I don't know.
You could do the same way that you did the most recent permit fee. but
The
you would just
online one
add-
that
Yep,
we
you would
just-
do it
okay.
3 times over.
Just do 3 of them?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, just to clarify my motion, I'll make the motion to approve the one permit that we have remaining for the Brookside Golf Club pending payment of your 21, 22, and 23 permit fees, and sign off by, making sure the staff, all your paperwork's in order.
Okay.
I second that.
Okay, any further discussion? Okay. All right, Margaret?
I
Okay.
Yeah.
Same.
agree.
Dusty?
Yes.
Miguel?
Yes.
Barbara?
Yes.
I abstain, Bob Colette.
So you're all set, so,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, just go see the staff tomorrow.
Okay,
You
thank
can give
you.
us a call.
Thank you, gentlemen. Okay. Okay, so, agenda number, item number 3, any public comment on non-agenda items? Anybody has any, is there anyone from the public that would like to make a comment? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to item number 4, health agents report.
All right, so I have an arbovirus update for you guys. Regarding triple E, Bourne is still at a low risk level for triple E. However, Plymouth is at a higher risk and Wareham is at a moderate risk. So just knowing the surrounding towns where they're at, as we said in our last update, mosquitoes don't stop at the town line there. So just knowing what's going on around us. Be cognizant of dawn to dusk times. You want to wear long sleeves, insect repellent. Try and not be outside in areas that are high mosquito activity. For West Nile virus, we're at a moderate risk level, which doesn't really change most of our precautions. But Sandwich and Mashpee are both at high risk levels. So again, we want to make sure we're dumping any standing water in our yards, maybe once or twice a week. One of the main things for the high risk levels in Mashpee and Sandwich is people who are over 50 or those who are compromised should adjust their outdoor activity in those high mosquito areas. So those are the only new things regarding that. Any questions about arbovirus?
Yeah, I have a quick question. I find it fascinating that several of the abutting towns are at different risk levels. What are the factors that are considered when, assigning a risk level to a given town, if you know what those are, Katie?
Yeah, so it's known transmission in that area.
Okay.
So if a patient tests positive and that's where that happened or they're from, that's what triggers that risk level for them.
Great. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Anybody?
No.
I just had a few other things just want to give you guys an update about. The health department is working on a flu and COVID-19 vaccine clinic. So on October 31st, Halloween, we'll be hosting a vaccine clinic at the Bourne Community Building with the VNA and Council on Aging. So we'll have high dose and regular dose flu for children and adults, anyone over 6 months and older, I believe. And that is all registered online. And you can find that information on our website, or you can call our office to get some help on how to register. We can walk you through it over the phone and stuff like that. So we're also working on a secondary clinic the day before, so October 30th with Roland Finney Place. So that's the senior housing, Bourne Housing Authority. And we're working with the VNA for that as well. In this instance, we're going to be hopefully working with the Cancer Center of Cape Cod Hospital to do colorectal cancer awareness and education and provide free test kits. Anyone who does get a positive specimen from one of those test kits will be offered free follow-up appointment and colonoscopy from the hospital.
Great. And Katie,
Um,
is this information going to be promoted through the enterprise as well? Or in the
Yeah,
local publications?
we can absolutely post in there as we probably a few weeks in October, we can get a publicized announcement in that as well, yeah.
Yeah, great, thank you.
We also have COVID tests available at the office right now. And the USPS is going to be offering free COVID tests to be shipped to your addresses if you sign up online as well again. Stacy said that's probably coming in the next week or so. Any questions on that stuff?
No, thank you, that's great news, thank you.
And then I just want a little announcement that's, and I'm not sure if everyone knows, but Stacy has been promoted to Assistant Health Director. And we're very excited to have her
Yes,
move into this new role.
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
just found out myself I was going to make the public announcement, so thank you for Katie for
Yeah.
doing that. You made her blush.
Yes, I am.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it's well-deserved, congratulations, Stacy.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so, is that it from you, Katie? All right, thank you.
That's all I have.
That's all you have, okay. And so, agenda item number 5, and comments from the board in regard to future agenda items, if any. Anybody has anything to suggest? Okay. Hearing none. Agenda item number 6 is approving the minutes from the previous meeting dated July 24th, 2024. Did everybody have a chance to review those? And
Yep.
if you have any questions or suggestions on changes? If not, I entertain a motion to approve.
I second.
Somebody needs to make the motion, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I make a motion to approve the minutes from July 24th, 2024.
I second it.
okay. All right, Dusty?
Yes.
Yes, Barbara?
Yes.
Bob, yes. So those are approved. And, okay, and looks like a wrap, huh? So, motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay,
Second.
okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.